also move on because a key meeting on the Online Gaming Act has concluded with stakeholders engaging in detailed discussions on its provisions, implementations, framework and compliance mechanisms. Sumita joins with more. Sumita, good evening. What's the latest that you can tell us? More importantly, just days after what we've seen pan out with the Act.
Well, the key meet on Online Gaming Act got concluded. In fact, government sources are telling us, as far as these discussions are concerned, that the stakeholders discussed provisions of the Gaming Act for familiarization. The discussions also happened around implementation mechanisms and framework to be followed for the Act. Meanwhile, the government is also preparing to implement this new law as soon as possible all across the country, given the fact that the government has maintained that real money gaming apps and platforms were incurring significant losses for users, and of course, other than that, they were also being used for routing money for terrorism-related purposes and for financial frauds. In fact, as far as that meeting is concerned, banks and fintech firms also participated, other than the Department of Financial Services Secretary and the IT Secretary. Banks and fintech firms have requested timelines for back-end compliance mechanisms to be settled in. They've asked for some time, and there were discussions that centered around transitional measures, along which, and of course, the kind of challenges that could spring up for companies. There were suggestions for rules for the Gaming Act, which were discussed as well, and the companies welcome the government's commitment as well, and they seemed committed to implement the Act. In fact, banks and fintechs now are looking at seeking specific and detailed guidelines from RBI, is what sources are also suggesting and telling ET Now.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.